All right, we are live. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Josh Coates. I am your push coach, and I am beyond excited to be hanging out with you guys tonight, where I'm going to be sharing with you how to rediscover your purpose. Something I'm incredibly passionate about, guys. I absolutely love talking about purpose. I believe that we were all born for a reason. I believe that we all have something to offer this world, and I'm so excited to hang out with you guys tonight. I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to hop on. I know with Facebook Live, it takes a minute for everyone to get the notification and then hop on. So when you do hop on, let me know who you are. Let me know where you're from. I'd love to get to know some of you as you're getting on. Jalen, what's kicking, girl? I'm going to be drinking a little bit of tea. I already had a decent amount of coffee, and I just needed a little caffeine because you guys know I like to bring my best for you guys. So I'm sipping on a little tea while you guys hop on. Of course, I also have some water that I'll be trying to chug because you guys know I get rowdy. So, Stacy, what's up? What's up? What's up? How are you? So excited to hang out with all of you guys tonight. We got 212 people on live, 217. Amanda, what's up? I think we might break the internet again. I'm on my iPad right now from Idaho. What's up, Debbie? I'm on my iPad right now. I did not know that we were going to have 1.2 thousand people registered. Hey, Mindy, how are you? How are you? And so I've got my laptop ready to go in case we do crash Facebook. I'll be ready to go, and I'll set up a webinar jam link, take a couple minutes, and then we'll be ready to relaunch if we do end up breaking the internet. So hopefully we don't. Joelle, what's up? What's up? How are you? Does anyone else get awkwardly nervous when they drink in front of camera? I don't know what it is. I'm like always scared I'm going to like slip and like spill it all over myself or something. Shauna at Mumford & Sons concert watching you during intermission. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I hope you're enjoying the concert. I bet that's a great one. Allison Thornton, what's happening? We've got about 313 people on. Going to give you guys just a couple more minutes to make sure everyone gets on. Totally awkward. Going to allow you guys to get on. Don't forget to say hi. Let me know who you are. Obviously, I can see your name. Let me know where you're from. We're going to have a great time tonight, an awesome time. You get nervous going live after drinking Energize. Well, if you've seen me go live with Energize, I do some crazy stuff like put on rock concerts in my own living room and jump off my couch. So I'm with you on that. I actually took Energize so I wouldn't be as nervous before doing that. Mumford and Josh is the perfect night. That sounds like a cool night. I mean, you know, that does sound like a good night. I'm honored to be in your Mumford and Sons evening and to even be considered as a part of the evening. Small town Nebraska, Christina, what's up? Renee, if you see me staring down at the bottom, it's because I'm on an iPad Pro that's freaking huge. So to see the comments, I have to look way down here. There for a while. Hey, from Arizona. What's up, Dusty? I was just in Arizona a couple months ago speaking at an event. No Danit? No Danit? What? Is that the name of your town, Amanda? No Danit? Hey, from Cleveland. What's up, Ashley? What's up? So we're going to be giving away some cool prizes tonight. I forgot to text my assistant to see if he was going to be on. Hey, Siri. Text Josh Ring.
What do you want to say to Josh Ring?
Hey, bro, are you going to be on live tonight? Question mark.
Your messages. Hey, bro, are you gonna? I'll send it.
Josh is my good boy who's my assistant / help planner. Him and my sister both help me out with my business. And so he, a lot of times, will help keep up with giveaways for me during the night because I can be really bad about it. So let's get this thing kicking, guys. It is 7 minutes after. I'm ready to go. I got some tea in me. We got 398 people on here. That's 400. Hey, from DC. What's up, Jennifer? I will be in DC speaking in October. Would love to meet you. So tonight, let's get kicking. First things first, let's talk about giveaways because I know everybody wants to win some goodies, correct? So what I'm going to be doing is giving away 4 different $50 prizes. The way I will send that money to you is PayPal. If you don't have PayPal, what I will do is I will send you, did you know any Bells at Forsyth High School. Holy crap, yes, I did go to Forsyth High School. I don't remember if I knew Bells or not. I can't remember that off the top of my head. You just caught me off guard with that one. That's crazy, though. Yes, I did go to Forsyth. 4 different $50 prizes. If you have PayPal, I will send it that way. It's the quickest way that I can get it to you because I can literally allow my assistant to just send it to you first thing in the morning. My second assistant, who is in Europe, who is 6 hours ahead of us, she won't get it to you tonight, but she'll get it to you first thing in the morning. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give away some tank tops at the end. I'm not going to tell you just yet how you can win those tank tops. But here's how you can win the cash prizes. The way to win the cash prizes is to simply take a screenshot. Those of you that are usually on my webinars, you know the drill. Take a screenshot of what you have going on, or you can take a selfie of yourself with me in the background. And what I want you to do is to use the hashtag Let's Puke Together. For those of you that are new to me, you have no idea what that means. That's okay. I'm sure it'll come up at some point in my presentation. Basically, I have this hashtag that I've started called Let's Puke Together. And the whole point is that if you aren't chasing your dreams in life, if you aren't doing something so big that it makes you want to puke, chances are you aren't really doing anything at all. And chances are you aren't really living, and you aren't really growing, and you aren't really alive. You see, that's one of the things I'm going to be talking about tonight is rediscovering your purpose, because when you find your purpose, you come to life. Everything in life becomes better. You become a better spouse. You become a better parent. You become a better person. You become a better human when you find your purpose. I call it when the lights come on. In other words, when you find your purpose, I really believe there's literally a light inside of you that begins to shine, and it literally shines through your eyeballs. It shines through your smile. It shines through everything you do in life. People notice that you're a different person. So take a picture, a screenshot of what you see, or a selfie of yourself with me in the background. Post it to Facebook or Instagram and use the hashtag Let's Puke Together. If you are on Instagram, you can tag me at Legacy Leadership Coaching. That's Legacy Leadership Coaching. And then if you are on Facebook, you can tag my like page, which is Legacy Leadership. I believe you have to go like the page first, and then in the post, you put the @ and then spell out Legacy Leadership, and it should bring up an option for you to tag Legacy Leadership. Okay? Someone can't find the live. It is right here in the page. I don't know how else to explain that. You should be able to tag them if you're friends with them. You should be able to just tag them in here. They probably have to be RSVP'd to the page. So if you can just send them the link to the actual Facebook event page, they can click interested or going, and as long as they do that, they should be able to see everything in the page, and they should be able to watch this live feed, okay? We got 461 people. It's awesome. I'm on my phone. I can't selfie. You can still take a screenshot, okay? If you're on an iPhone, if you don't know this, you take the home button and the lock button, you hit it at the same time, and you can take a screenshot, and then you can post it, okay? You can post something on you can take a screenshot, send it to your computer, however you want to do that, okay? However you want to do that. At that, we've seen the screenshot if we can't do the selfie. I missed if we're... You can either take a screenshot or a selfie with me in the background, okay? I'm going to get going here in the presentation. I know there's going to be lots of different questions, so do me a huge favor. The Instagram is Legacy Leadership Coaching. Legacy Leadership Coaching. Do me a huge favor. If you're on this call and you're one of my fellow owls who just remembers everything on the planet, help me out with answering some of these questions about the contests and stuff. Because once I get into my presentation, again, my iPad Pro is like 11 inches. And so it's huge. And the camera is up here. I'm trying to look at the camera because if I look down, it looks really weird. And if I stare down here at the comments, I lose focus. My presentation will go to crap. I have ADD. It'll be horrible. So do me a huge favor. Help me answer some questions down there so that I can focus on this camera because it makes it feel a little bit more personal. When I look at the camera, I know it sounds cheesy, but if I can look at the camera It makes it feel more like I'm talking to you as opposed to me staring down at the bottom. It makes it harder for me to really, I know it sounds weird, I know it sounds goofy, but if I can just look into this camera, I'm literally looking into your eyes. And I am going to ignite some things in your life tonight. Some things that have been sleeping for a really long time. And I need to look straight into your eyes. And I need you to know that I'm talking to you. Okay? Because I'm telling you right now, lives are going to be changed forever tonight. I'm going to help you find your purpose. I'm going to help you find your passion. Some of you have been looking for it, and some of you stopped looking for it for a long time. See, when I was a kid, I always dreamed. I always had these big, huge dreams of doing something big, of being something big. My dad was a pastor for many years. He was a pastor when I was a really little kid, and then he stepped out of ministry for a while because of just some stuff that had happened. He just needed a break. My grandpa was a pastor his entire life. My uncles were pastors. My great-grandpa, my great-great-grandpa. Not even kidding. My family tree goes all the way back to the Mayflower. If you did not take American history, the Mayflower is the boat that the Pilgrims came across on. And literally, I'm not even kidding, our ancestry goes back to an evangelist, in other words, a preacher, who came across on the Mayflower. Preaching is just like in our blood. Now, I personally do not consider myself a preacher or an evangelist. I mean, some people kind of consider me a preacher for their business. That's what I do. I mentor people in business. I am a member of the John Maxwell team. John Maxwell is the #1 leadership trainer on the planet, and I run training groups to basically mentor people in their businesses. So I'm a motivational speaker, I'm a business mentor, I'm a life coach. Ultimately, I like to call myself a push coach because that's what I do. I like to push people to reach their potential. But even as a kid, I had these dreams of being something bigger, of doing something bigger. And at the time, I wasn't sure what that was going to look like. As I got older, I got into sports. Of course, it was the 90s, so Michael Jordan was just like owning every single TV of anyone that was a sports fan at all. I remember going out, I had such an imagination even as a little kid. I remember I would set up, I don't know if you guys remember these back in the 90s, but we had like these basketball goals for inside that you kind of just like clipped on the top of the door, and it came with like a little Nerf ball. Well, I had this like kind of random weird like living room hallway where there was a closet door at one end and then like the front door at the other end. And I would literally put a hoop on each side so I had like a full court to play. I mean, it was only like a total of like 10 steps, but to like an 8-year-old kid, it felt really cool to have full court basketball right there in your own house. And I would have this Nerf ball, and I would literally watch basketball for like 20 or 30 minutes. And then, like I mentioned earlier, I'm not diagnosed with ADD, but I mean, it's kind of like a self-diagnosis, okay? I would watch for 20 minutes, and then I couldn't handle it. I had to get up and move. And so I'd get up, I would get my Nerf ball, and I would literally act out like entire basketball games going back and forth. One end I was on offense, one end I was on defense, but of course when I was on offense, I scored every shot. When I was on defense, I blocked every shot or stole, and I was always dunking and doing all these awesome things. I remember telling my girlfriend in 7th grade, I remember telling her that I was going to be in the NBA. I straight up meant it. 100% I meant I'm going to be in the NBA. And isn't it so cute that even in 7th grade, she was like worried about me, right? We're like, 13 at that age? And she's worried about my future. She's like, but what if you don't make it? Like, what are you going to do then, Josh? Like, you don't have a backup plan at all. Okay, we're in 7th grade. Who has a freaking backup plan in 7th grade, right? But we were literally like married in 7th grade. We were super weird like that. And she was so worried. What's going to happen if you don't make it in the NBA? And I remember being like, it's going to happen. It's going to. And she's like, yeah, but what if you don't get drafted? Well, then I'll go to the CBA. and I'll work really hard there until I'm good enough to be in the NBA. She's like, what if you don't make the CBA? Then I'll go to Europe and I'll play in Europe until I'm good enough to transfer to the CBA and then prove myself into the NBA. And I was just like literally like so convinced there was no plan B. I was 100% going to be a professional basketball player. And I used to tell my parents that when I grew up, I wasn't going to get married. I was literally going to buy a big, huge mansion. My parents were going to live with me, and they were going to take care of the mansion, and I was going to travel the world playing basketball and making millions of dollars. That didn't quite work out. It turns out I was only 5'9". I can't dunk a basketball, and I probably wasn't good enough to even go play college ball. That didn't work out. But when basketball kind of fell out of around the age of 15, I remembered I borrowed a drum set from the church. Some random kid came to church with me. He played the guitar. He said, hey, why don't you learn the drums? I play the guitar. We'll start a band. And I was like, what 15-year-old kid doesn't want to be a freaking rock star, right? So luckily, the church had an extra drum set. I said, can I borrow this to practice on so that I can play it, for like youth group and stuff? Pastor was like, yeah, dude, take it home and learn. So I took it home. I learned the drums, eventually started playing at church, eventually played in some other bands for like youth events and stuff like that. Eventually learned the bass, eventually learned the guitar, eventually played in bands all through my 20s, started my own band, I think around 25 or 26, where I wrote all the music. We traveled around the country, and here's the thing, though. It wasn't making any money. It wasn't helping support my family. It was a blast. I had a good time. But at the end of the day, it wasn't putting my family in a better position. If anything, they were having to sacrifice for me, and what I was doing wasn't really paying anything back for them. Well, basically through time, my youngest son, Paxton, who is now 6 years old, he's 6 now, he was born with a heart defect, and he went through 3 different open heart surgeries, all before the age of 3. He had one when he was first born, another one when he was 6 months old, and another one when he was 2.5 years old. And when he had that third open heart surgery, we just knew it's time to put music aside. It's time to put music aside, and it's time to find some way to do something that fulfills my purpose, which I'd always had these big dreams. I always wanted to change the world. I always wanted to make a difference. I always wanted to help people. And we just kind of mutually agreed it's time to find something that somehow, some way, is going to fulfill my purpose, but also provide for the family. You see, during this whole time of playing music for about 10 years, I was detailing cars as my day job. And I hated it. It was so exhausting. It was not fulfilling. I was underappreciated. I made decent money, for what I did. I made good money for what I did. But having a wife and 3 kids, it was never enough for us we lived paycheck to paycheck. We checked our banking account before ever using our debit card. I'm talking, I had a 98 Honda Civic, and I had to check the bank account to see if we had enough money to just put gas in the car. It cost like $15 to fill up a Honda Civic, and I had to check the bank account before I could even do that. We'd have to take our phone in, and my wife would put groceries in the cart, and I would have my calculator app up, and I would be calculating every little thing that we put in the cart to make sure we didn't accidentally overspend. You see, this job was just absolutely killing me on the inside, and honestly, even on the outside. My left knee was starting to have some serious issues. I had kind of some knee issues in middle school just because I played so many sports that even as a young age, it started kind of messing with my knees. And my job of detailing cars, I was just bent over so much that basically I started having issues with my knees and my back. Because if I bent over properly and bent my knees, it wore my knees out really bad. And so then to keep from wearing my knees out, I would not bend properly, and I would just bend straight at the waist, and that would kill my back. And so it was literally this battle of do I want to kill my knees today, or do I want to kill my back today? And it was just back and forth. So it was literally killing me inside and out. It was killing my soul because I'm a creative individual. I mean, I played in music. I played bands for years. I used to do some graphic design on the side. I'm a very creative individual, and it was killing my soul. Not only that, but I really feel like I always felt like even at a young age, I was a leader. I felt like I was called to make a difference, to make change in the world, to make the world a better place. And here I am stuck just making cars a better place. I mean, it didn't feel that, I'm sure it was a blessing to the people who came home from vacation, who had a clean car, but it didn't feel to me like I was making a difference. Have you ever had anything in your life where you just don't feel like it's significant? You know that on the inside you have something valuable to offer the world, and you just can't figure out what does that look like, and how do I find that, and how do I shape that, and how do I form that, and how do I do something with that? That's what I want to talk to you guys about tonight. Because what happened was I ended up falling in love with podcasts. I fell in love with personal development. And what happened was I ended up finding my purpose. I found my purpose. I churned it into a business. And today I have a multi-six-figure business mentoring some of the top entrepreneurs, online entrepreneurs. I have a virtual business, which means I sit at home and I talk to really successful people and have a lot of fun. And I want to teach you tonight how to tap into that and how to find your purpose and turn it into your lifestyle. How many of you would love, love, love to say, if I could just find my purpose and build a life around my purpose, that would just be like the greatest thing ever. Would that not be the greatest thing ever? We call it life by design, which means you live your life doing the thing you love. So tonight I want to share with you my 3 top tips on rediscovering your purpose. And the reason I said rediscovering is because I believe that all of us as little kids, we had a purpose. We had a purpose, man. We all, as little kids, wanted to make a difference. We wanted to change the world. We heard stories about Martin Luther King Jr., man. We heard stories about George Washington. We heard all these stories about these incredible people who made a difference, got their names wrote in the history book, and we all said, I want to be like that. But unfortunately, life sometimes squeezes that out of us. And life makes us think that that's not reality, and that's just for special people, and that's just for certain people. And circumstances have caused us to take a safe place instead of the place we wanted. Circumstances have caused us to fall into ruts. Responsibility sometimes causes us to take our eyes and focus off of us to take care of everyone else. And while we do need to take care of everyone else, especially if it's your spouse or your kids, if you lose focus of taking care of you, you will lose the light that lives inside of you that shines into everything you do. And it doesn't matter how many different things you do, if you don't have the light, if you are living in a dark place, you will only spread darkness and everything will become darkness, and you will not be fulfilled and you will not be happy. So step 1 to rediscovering your purpose. Step 1, I want you to write this down, okay? Get out a notebook, okay? If you're not one of my norms, maybe you didn't know you were going to need to take notes tonight, but I need you to take notes tonight because this is stuff I'm telling you. I'm not saying this to be arrogant. I'm saying this because I believe it's changed my life. I 100% believe what I'm teaching you tonight is going to change your life. Please get out a pen, get a notebook. If you have to write on the back of your kid's homework or something, whatever you got to do, get this wrote down, okay? So step number 1 is you have to take responsibility for where you really are and where you really want to be. I'm going to say that one more time. You have to take responsibility for where you really are, but also for where you really want to be. Now, this is kind of a twofold thing. Number 1, where you are. Whatever you're dealing with right now. If you're dealing with insecurities, if you're dealing with depression, if you're dealing with a lack of self-worth, if you're dealing with bills, maybe like I was financially, if you're dealing with feeling undervalued, underappreciated, whatever your life looks like right now, you have to decide that you're going to take responsibility for it. In other words, no one got you where you are except for you. That's it. That's it. And maybe there were other people involved, And maybe there were other variables involved, but at the end of the day, you got to take ownership for the fact that here's the thing. I'm here and I got myself here. Whether that's good or bad, I got myself here. And until you take ownership for that, you will live the rest of your life as a victim. And you will go everywhere, and everything you do, you will try to put the responsibility on other people and other things, whether it's the government, whether it's your job, whether it's your family, whatever it is. If you are not willing to take responsibility for where you're at, you will constantly point the finger out like this. And as long as you point the finger, you never, ever, ever, ever change you. And I have said since day one in my business, my favorite quote to this day, I think it's maybe a little arrogant to say that my own quote is my favorite. It's the favorite of my quotes, okay? Is that our outward success is an expression of inward growth. In other words, the things you have out here are a result of what has already happened in here, inside, wherever that is. In your mind, in your soul. You have created the reality that you live in. And the only person, here's the beauty of it. Some of you are feeling guilty right now. Some of you are saying, well, dang, that sucks, because I really thought it was these people's fault. And now that I'm realizing it's my fault, now I kind of feel like crap. Now I feel guilty. Now I feel blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. This is the best news you could ever hear. Because if you're the only person that could get you to where you are, if you're the only person that was really in control, and that means you are the only person that can control whether or not it changes. In other words, no one else can hold you back. No one else can keep you from living out your purpose. No one else can keep you stuck where you are. If you got yourself here, you can also get yourself anywhere else that you want to go. So that's why you've got to take responsibility for where you want to be. I need you to just take a second. And just ask yourself, where do I really want to be? Like, where do I really want to be? I don't know about you, but I'm 33 years old. However old you are. Where did you want to be by this age? If you're not there and what you have, what your reality is nothing like what you wanted it to be, take ownership, but then ask yourself, where do I want to be? It's okay. Can I just tell you this? It is okay to dream. And it is okay to decide you want something better than what you really have. It is okay. People think that they need to be content. The word content does not mean you don't want more. The word content simply means I'm thankful for what I have. It doesn't mean that I don't want more. I am thankful for my 3 boys, but that doesn't make it wrong to want a girl. Thank God I had my little girl. She is my princess. She is my world. If you follow me on Snapchat, you will see millions of pictures of my little girl because I just love her to death. Does that mean that I don't love my boys? Absolutely not. I was content with my 3 boys, meaning I was thankful for them, but I wasn't satisfied because I still wanted a little girl. You may have a good life. You may have a crappy life. Whatever you have, be thankful for what you do have, but never be satisfied. Always want more. Just like we tell our kids. If you have kids like me, I tell my kids, reach for the stars. You can have anything. You can have everything. Believe it, believe it, believe it, believe. And then we as parents settle. And we as parents don't shoot for the stars. And we as parents decide to have a less than life. How dare you tell your children to live the life of their dreams while you settle for something you never really wanted? How dare you tell your children that anything is possible, meanwhile you sit around and do nothing but make excuses and put limits on yourself and never go after the life you really wanted. Take ownership for where you're at, but take ownership for where you want to be. Say it out loud. Be okay with the fact that you have dreams and that you've always had dreams, and maybe you've just let those dreams die. But it's time to freaking wake those dreams up. It's time to wake up your dreams and live again. Okay? Step number 2. Oh, I love this one, guys. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little fired up tonight. I get a little excited about this stuff. Step number 2 is find a way to serve others. Let me say that again. Find a way to serve others. One of my other favorite quotes, this one is not from me. I'm only sharing one of my own quotes tonight, I promise. One of my other favorite quotes was something that I heard in a podcast when I first got into personal development from one of my favorite mentors from afar ever. His name is Zig Ziglar. And he said, you can have everything you want in life if you'll just help enough other people get what they want. Let me say that again, because you might want to write this down. I literally have this programmed into my brain. You can have anything you want in life if you'll just help enough other people get what they want. In other words, as the scripture says, you reap what you sow. At the end of the day, if you want to have a life of abundance, if you want to have a life on fire, if you want to have a life that's fulfilling, simply spend your life helping other people get what they want. In other words, build a life of service. Ask yourself, how can I help other people? See, I know a lot of people. I shouldn't say I know a lot of people because I don't know a lot of people. I know some people that make a lot of money, but at the end of the day, the thing they do to make a lot of money isn't necessarily serving other people in any way. Sometimes the way they make money actually hurts people. I don't know about you, but I'm not a huge fan of debt. I don't like debt. We have a 2015 Honda Odyssey that we paid cash for. We do have a 2016 4Runner that we took out a loan for, but it's because we need to work on our credit because we've paid cash for so many things we don't have any credit. So we took out a loan for a 4Runner, and it's not a big deal because we can afford the car payment. Like it's not a big deal at all. It's not like back when we barely had any money and we bought a brand new Xterra and then almost lost it because we could barely afford it. It's totally different now. I don't personally like debt. I understand that some of it is necessary for the sake of the stupid credit system that we have in the States. It's absolutely ridiculous that I have plenty of money in my bank account and I still have to have this thing called credit. It's stupid. But here's the thing, is there's a lot of people that are out there making money talking other people into going into debt, talking other people into spending money they don't have, talking other people into... And not that I'm not against those people. They're doing what they need to do for a living. But wouldn't you rather go to bed every single night and know, you know what? I didn't just do something today to make money. I made money because I did something to serve people and make other people's lives better. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I want to spend my entire life doing. I want to spend my entire life helping as many people as I possibly can to live their best life. If it involves helping people, I'm in. I'm the guy that basically, if you have a meal with me, you will almost never get away with paying for your own food. You will almost never get away with paying for your own coffee. In fact, me and my buddy went and got a tattoo together. I paid for his tattoo. I just love to give to people. I love it. And for most of my life, I never had money. So now that I have money, I love to use money to help people. I just love to serve people. And the truth is, if you're human, I'd be willing to bet you have that same heart. I really have not found any humans that don't want to help other people. I have simply found other humans who found other ways to make money because they didn't realize helping people was an option. But if you really, really, really want to discover your purpose, build a life around helping others. Step 3. And this has got to be the most important step you're going to learn tonight. Because step 3 is everything. It really is everything. And step 3 is simply this. Find a community that embraces growth. Let me say that again, because you must get this point tonight. Find a community that embraces growth. Jim Rohn says that we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. In other words, the people you surround yourself with are the people you will become like, whether you like it or not. I don't know how many of you are married, but I've been married almost 14 years, and in those 14 years, I become a little more like her, and she becomes a little more like me. Has anybody else ever noticed that? You can't help it. It happens naturally. There's no way to resist this. If you spend enough time with people, you will become like them. Now, let me ask you this. You want to rediscover your purpose. I can tell. I know it. I'm peeking down at the comments. I'm seeing the hearts. I'm seeing the likes. I'm seeing the faces. I'm still trying to stay focused on your eyeballs, but I know what's going on down here because I know that you're a human. Guys, I've mentored over 2,000 people in the last couple of years. I know humans very well. And I know that I have ignited something in you already. I know, because I know it's there, because you're a human. It lives inside of this thing called purpose, lives in every single one of us. And as you're getting excited about this and you're getting ignited, I need you to understand the only way to truly live this life out is to find a community that embraces that with you. Because I can tell you this, there's not a lot of people like that. There's not a lot of people like that at all. And if you aren't intentional about surrounding yourself with those people, you're going to be excited tonight. Oh, wow, yeah, I'm so excited. And by next Monday, it'll be gone. You might even have a couple cool ideas tonight or tomorrow, and you might even get out your journal and write some stuff and look at some stuff you wrote down a year ago. But at the end of the day, you're probably never going to actually follow through. Let me ask you this. How many times have you had some big goal in life? Have you had something that you wanted to pursue, whether it's a health and fitness goal, whether it's, maybe you decided you want to work on your marriage, maybe whatever. How many times have you wanted to improve your life and you didn't follow through? How many New Year's resolutions have you wrote down that by February 14th, according to statistics, 88% of people have given up on their New Year's resolution by February 14th? Isn't that sad? You see, we were not created to do life alone. We were created to surround ourselves with other people who would rub off on us. People would support us. People would have our backs. People that would help us when we fall down. My first year building business, it was horrible. It was horrible. My entire first year, I was helping people like crazy. I just wasn't making any money at all. And it was frustrating. But I had a community around me. I had people that had my back. I had people that kept encouraging me not to give up. I needed people speaking into these ears, telling me that I could do it if I just kept going, because all of the voices inside my head were saying the exact opposite. The voices inside my head were saying, you're not worth it. You could never do this. You've never been successful at anything else. You've never followed through with anything else. Why would you follow through with this? You're just going to quit. You're just going to give up. Your whole family's of preachers. Why do you think you can have a business? All of these voices inside my head. And if you've ever been there, you know how loud those voices are, and you know the emotional connection you have, and all it takes is one person verifying one of the voices inside your head to see, I knew it. I knew it. I knew my fears were right. And that's why you have to surround yourself with enough good voices that tell you they do believe in you, that tell you you can make it, that tell you you do have what it takes. I've been there. I've been where you're at, and I remember what it sounded like, and I remember what it felt like. And if you just keep going, I promise there is hope. There is a light at the end of the tunnel if you just don't give up. So tonight, I want to give you an opportunity. I want to introduce you to my community. Because for the last couple of years, I've been mentoring a very specific community that I've fallen in love with. Guys, I just absolutely love this community. This community has done probably more for me than I've ever done for them. I've trained over 2,000 of them. I've one-on-one mentored over 150 of them. But at the end of the day, they've done more for me than I've ever done for them. In fact, probably a handful of my absolute best friends come from this community. And this community is the people who invited you to this call tonight. The people who invited you to this call are actually in a training being mentored by me right now. And I asked them to invite their friends, to invite their people so that I could introduce you for them to this amazing community. This amazing community, if you haven't heard of it, is called Beachbody. And Beachbody is a community of like-minded people who are committed to growing, who are committed to working on themselves, who are committed to changing the world around them. And some of these people are people who had health and fitness goals. Some of these people are people who had financial goals. Some of these people are just people that just wanted to become better at life. But I'm telling you, this community has been so freaking amazing for so many people. I have people in my training groups that are quitting their day jobs because of this opportunity. I have people in my training groups that are retiring their spouses. I have people in my training groups that are just happier and more confident than they've ever been in their entire life. So I want to tell you a little bit more about how you can join this community. Because at the end of the day, this is something very, very, very powerful that the community is doing, is that they are offering the opportunity to anyone who wants to be a part of it, to join this community, to join and become a coach. What the heck is a coach? A coach is someone who simply does this. You are dedicated and committed to growing yourself. It is a health and fitness business. So you have to be interested in getting health and fitness results. You don't have to have six-pack abs. I definitely don't. You don't have to have some huge biceps. You don't have to have anything. You just have to value and want to have better health and better fitness. Is there anyone in here who has ever said, you know what? I really would love to be healthier. I really would love to be more fit. I really would love to be a better person. Anybody ever felt that way? Because I know I have. Okay? And then what you do is you share your story. You invite other people to the community, and you get to be a part of a freaking awesome team of people that will mentor you and help you. Okay? So basics is this. If you sign up as a Beachbody coach, what you're going to do is you're going to get your own health and fitness products. You're going to get some really amazing do-from-home workouts. I don't know about you guys, but I freaking hate driving to the gym. You can take them to the gym if you want, but I prefer to do them at home. You're going to get your own workout products. If you've heard of the 21-day fix, if you've seen that on infomercials, that's a Beachbody. There's P90X, there's Insanity, there's dance workouts, there's all these workouts, all these different ways to get healthier, to get in shape. You're going to get some supplements. Shakeology is the one that we all absolutely love because it's basically superfoods put into an all-natural whole food shake that we drink every single day. It gives us all the superfoods that we want. And then you're going to get put in a challenge group to help you get your own health and fitness results. And you're going to get added to a team page where you get to collaborate with other coaches and have a coach that supports you and helps you to build your business. Now, let me tell you why this is freaking cool, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't have any business experience. Like none. Like zero. and I didn't know what to do to build a business. And the beautiful thing about Beachbody is you're going to get hooked up. The person that invited you to this call is going to hook you up with basically all of the trainings in their team. They're going to hook you up with everything they're learning from me. Shoot, you can go to my YouTube channel right now and pretty much have thousands of hours worth of training. They're going to get you started and help you to start helping other people. I don't know about you guys, but if someone told me I have a business opportunity where basically you can get paid to become a better person and help other people to do the same thing, I'm in. Like, I'm in right now. Remember what I said. There's a lot of different things you can do for money, and I'm sure a lot of you have even looked for lots of different ways to make money. I know my wife looked for many ways to make money when we were struggling from home. What do I do from home? Maybe I could work for a doctor and I could type up stuff for people, but none of this stuff was anything that she was passionate about. None of this was anything that was going to make her a better person, and none of this was anything that was going to help her to live out her purpose. Do you want to live out your purpose? We want to help you to live out your purpose. So here's the breakdown. For basically $160, you can get what we call a challenge pack, which is where you get the workout programs. It's actually an all access. You stream them on the internet. It's called Beachbody On Demand. You get access to all of the workout programs that have ever been launched, and you get a 30-day supply of Shakeology. And of course, you're going to get your own coach. The person that invited you is going to be your fitness mentor and your business mentor. We're going to help you do both. We're going to help you get results on your own fitness journey. We're also going to help you get results in your business. Okay. $160. I just want to talk about this for a second, okay? How many of you have ever heard of a business opportunity you could get into for $160? $160. Now, some of you have thought about going back to college. What's that going to cost you? Thousands. It's not gonna, maybe you can get a grant for it. Maybe you can get a loan for it. Maybe it's not going to cost you anything today. But at the end of the day, it's going to cost thousands of dollars. Some of you have thought about going and getting some type of a certification, and there's nothing wrong with that, but again, thousands of dollars. You got to go through the certification before you can ever make any money, correct? Not to mention all the time you have to put into all the training for the certification. You could, I don't know, you could start some type of side business yourself doing something. Problem with that is you're not going to have any resources. You're not going to have any training. You don't have a team. You're going to be doing it by yourself. The beauty of this opportunity is that for $160, honestly, you're just paying for your products. And what we do is when you buy that initial challenge pack, we waive the sign-up fee to be a coach. There's usually a $40 sign-up fee. That's totally waived when you buy your challenge pack. After that, your business fee is $15 a month. $15 a month is, that's nothing, right? To own your own freaking business. Now, let's talk for a second about what I know is running through your head right now. Here's what's running through your head. Can I tell you what's running through your head? I'm going to tell you whether you like it or not. I'm going to tell you right now. Number one, Josh, I don't know if I have the time for this. I have a family, I have kids, I have a job, I have all these other things going on. I don't have time. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what I told myself when I started my business, and that is this. I spend hours a day watching TV, watching Netflix, doing things for me, right? When I started my business, I did not spend less time with my family. I spent less time on entertainment. In other words, I asked myself, is my family and their future worth me giving up watching a couple episodes of Daredevil or The Walking Dead every single day? And at the end of the day, I had to look myself really hard in the mirror and say, if I'm not willing to give up an hour or two a day of watching Netflix, then I don't really love my family. Because I'm over here saying my family needs this better life. My family needs this money. My family needs a daddy who is fulfilled. And if I'm not willing to give up a couple hours a day of me time to do what's best for my family, I don't really love them. And so I decided that I do love them. And I'm going to invest the time. I'm going to sacrifice my own time, not my family's time, my time to build this business. Second thing you're saying is, Josh, I don't have money. I don't have money. This sounds cool. This sounds awesome. I would love to do this, but I don't have money. And here's what I want to ask you. I just want to ask you this question. I just want to be really real with you guys. Can I be real with you guys? If you don't have $160 to invest into a business that could change your life forever, isn't that a sign that something's wrong? Did you ever think as a kid that you would grow up to have a life where you couldn't afford $160? And if you don't have $160, to me, that's proof that it's time for a change. It's time to do something for you. It's time to do something for your family. Because I got sick and tired of telling my family no. I got sick and tired of telling my kids, we don't have the money to go to this birthday party because daddy can't afford a present for your friend. I got sick and tired of telling my kids, no, we can't afford to go out to eat on Sundays with everyone else at church because daddy doesn't have the money. I got sick and tired of saying no to life, no to opportunities. You can find a way. Find a way to get the money. If that means you got to have a garage sale, if that means you got to go to Plato's Closet and sell some clothes that you don't wear, whatever it is, we're talking $160 to change your life. Here's the other thing you're thinking. I have no experience. That's the beauty of this community, is that we're going to give you our experience. We're going to teach you the things that we have done to build our business. And by the way, 99% of us are not business people. 99% of us had no business experience before we ever did any of this. 99% of us signed up having no idea what we were doing. When I started my own business, I knew rock music and I knew detailing cars, and that was about it. Okay? Last thing. This is the last thing that's going through your head. If I've already gone through all of your excuses, I'm telling you, just like I talked about earlier, voices in your head are speaking to you right now, and I'm trying to give you logic because I'm trying to help you make the best decision you've ever made in your life. The last thing you're thinking is, Josh, I don't have a beach body. Okay? Like, I got a lot of work to do before I can call myself a coach. And what I have found in life is that when you wait until you have what you want to share with the world, it never happens. If you decide, you know what, I don't have the perfect body, I need help myself, but I'm willing to put myself out there and say, I'm willing to teach as I learn. No one is ever perfect. No one ever has all the tools. No one ever has all the resources. The only thing we're asking you to do is simply trust us to help get you results and share what you learn along the way. That's it. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to know how to count macros. You don't have to know the difference between complex carbs and simple carbs. The only thing you have to be willing to do is follow a simple meal plan that we give you and share the resources we give you with other people. So here's the other exciting thing that I really want to share with you is that Beachbody announced yesterday that we are about to launch in the UK. Now, for those of you that don't know, for the last several years, Beachbody has only been available, the coaching opportunity, in the United States and Canada. In other words, in North America. Starting in fall, it will be completely open to United Kingdom, which is 64.1 million people. In other words, 64 million people have been following all of us on Instagram and Facebook for the last several years saying, I want to do that, but I can't. And in one day, all of this will be opened up to 64 million people. I'm telling you right now, It is literally going to change people's lives overnight. I had one friend personally when we opened up to Canada who signed 120 coaches in 1 month. For those of you, obviously, that don't understand the money and how that works just yet, I'm going to tell you this. 120 people right now would give you $6,000 in your bank like that. 120 people in 1 month. In other words, she made $6,000 just in commissions in 1 month, almost effortlessly. Now, let me say this to you. Let me just say this, that this business is not effortless. It's not. And I don't want to make it sound like it's the easiest thing you've ever done, because it's not. This business really is only for people who are self-motivated, who are willing to take ownership of where they're at and build a better life. Okay? So let me just dispel that, because this is not a scam, okay? If I say it's easy and it happens overnight for everyone, I can guarantee you right now it's a scam. If anyone has ever told you that, whatever they're telling you is a scam. It is. This is not the easiest thing you've ever done. It will be challenging. It will be difficult, but we will make it simple. And let me explain the difference. Simple means we have a system, we have a process to walk you through. But it will be difficult and it will be challenging because your emotions and your mind will be trying to scare you back into old life. It will be challenging, and that's why we're here as the community to help you. Okay? So here's the thing. Here's what I want to do. Is I want to give away some cash prizes. Okay? We got 4 different people we're going to give $50 to tonight. We're going to give away some cash prizes. Let me see. Yep. Okay, beautiful. Josh, you took care of me. I love you, buddy. If you're listening, you're my favorite. You are too, Lish. You're both my favorite. I love my assistants so freaking much. Okay, so here's the deal. Let's give away some money. We're going to give away $50, okay? And these are the people that we're going to be giving it to. If I call your name, what I need you to do, stick around. I got a couple giveaways that I need to do for you, okay? Couple giveaways. So first of all, $50. If you hear this, you need to go to my website, which is joshuacoates.com. Email me. Let me know that you're one of the winners, and we'll send you $50, okay? Caddison Shirtliff, Mindy Keegan, Tina Lamb, Danielle Lynch, and Tiff Dower. Let me say those names again just in case you didn't hear. Caddison Shirtliff, Mindy Keegan, Tina Lamb, Danielle Lynch, Tiff Dower. Here's the other thing that I want to do. Is the first 10 people tonight, okay? The first 10 people tonight that sign on as coaches with the people that invited you to this group, I'm going to send you a free Let's Puke Together tank top. Remember how I talked at the beginning about my hashtag is Let's Puke Together. It means if we're not living life, if we're not chasing the thing that scares the crap out of us, we're not really living. Here's the thing. If you are one of the first 10 people to sign up tonight, I'm going to personally send you a free tank top. And the way that's going to work is the people that are in my Art of Recruiting group right now, when you sign someone tonight, as they sign, I'm going to create a thread in the group. And what you're going to do is you're just going to go in there and comment and let me know that you signed. Let me know that someone signed up, that they're ready to freaking kill life, that they're ready to puke together with us. And the first 10 people within the 2 groups, you're going to give me your new coach's information. I'm going to send them a free tank top, okay? Let me just close by saying this. First of all, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for allowing me to speak in your life. I'm so honored to be able to add value to your life. Even if you do not join this community, I want you to know that you have a purpose. And I want you to know that you are here for a reason, and that the world needs to hear your voice. The world needs to hear your story. The world needs to see your gift. They need to see your light come on. The last thing that I just want to leave you with, the last thing, I promise, and then I'm all done, okay, is I just want you to ask yourself this. How many times have I had an amazing opportunity and passed it up? How many times have I heard the call from the depths of my soul and ignored it? How many times are you going to do that again? Until you finally listen to the child living on the inside of you that says, I want more in life. When will you give in to your purpose? When will you give in to that voice inside of you that's saying you can do it? You can be bigger, you can be better, you can change the world. When will you listen to that voice? I hope so badly that you listen to that voice tonight. I hope that you decide tonight to make a change that could change your life, your family's life. I hope so badly that 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 9 months from now, I hope so badly that I'm getting a message from you saying, Josh, I was on that webinar that night. I listened to the voice. I answered the voice, and my life has been changed forever because of that. I hope so badly that you are one of those messages that I get. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you spending your night with me. Thank you so, so much. My name is Josh. I'm your push coach. Again, you can follow me on Instagram at Legacy Leadership Coaching. You can follow me on Facebook. My like page is Legacy Leadership. If you go to my website, which is joshuacoates.com, you can download my free ebook called The Mess Before Success and read my story of how I got from crazy, messed up Josh to who I am today. I'm still a mess in progress, but would love for you to go read that simple free ebook. I love you so much. Have a wonderful evening. I cannot wait to see you in this community soon. Bye, guys.